Hello, and welcome to your special English learning class today. I am very happy to join you on your journey to make your English better. This story is a great tool for practice, perfect for beginners and intermediate learners. Please read the words below and listen to the natural rhythm of English speech. This is a simple but strong story about a young boy named Tony. Tony grew up in a very poor village and had to face many hard times. His story will show you the value of never stopping, working hard, and learning about real success in life. Chapter 1. Life in the Small, Quiet Village. Tony lived in a peaceful village, next to green hills and large rice fields. His house was small, made of wood and bamboo, and the roof often leaked when it rained a lot. Tony lived with his mother, father, and little sister. They had no money, but they always had each other. His father worked hard as a farmer, and his mother sold vegetables at the local market. Every day, the family woke up before the sun came up, ready for another day of hard work. Tony was only 12 years old, but he already knew how difficult life was. Tony often wore old, patched clothes. His shoes were broken, so he used plastic bags to protect his school books. But he never complained or felt unhappy about his situation. Tony knew his parents did their best, and he wanted to make them proud. Every afternoon after school, he quickly went to help his father in the rice field. He carried water, pulled out weeds, and sometimes helped plant rice. His small hands worked without rest. In the evenings, after a simple dinner, he studied by the weak light of a candle. Sometimes he felt very tired, but deep inside, he had a dream that could not stop. Tony always wanted a better future for his family. His dream was to become a teacher one day. He wanted to help other children get an education, especially those in poor villages like his. Tony truly believed that education could change everything. It was the way to escape being poor. It could help his sister go to a good school and make their life easier. But most important, this dream gave him strong hope. At school, Tony was a quiet but very curious and hard-working student. He often asked many questions, even when the other students made fun of him. Tony did not care. He loved to learn. His favorite subject was English. He often practiced speaking, sometimes even talking to himself. Tony practiced English sentences in front of a mirror, trying to copy the voices from an old radio. He believed that speaking good English would open many doors of opportunity for him. But life in the village was always full of difficulties, like when the crops failed. Tony had to walk 5 kilometers to school. When it rained, the road became a very deep, muddy mess. Still, he never missed a day of school. He put his books in a plastic bag and kept walking. His classmates sometimes laughed at him. They laughed at his clothes and his big dreams. "You think you will be a teacher?" they asked. "Look at you. You don't even have good shoes." But Tony stayed quiet. He remembered his father's words. "People can laugh at you, but never laugh at yourself. Believe in your dream, even when nobody else does." Tony remembered that advice every day. In the evening, when everything was quiet, he opened his books. He learned every new word. He practiced reading and writing in his small notebook until all the pages were full. He did not know what the future held, but he believed good things would happen if he kept trying. His mother saw how hard he worked. One evening, she brought him a small gift. It was an old English book she found at the market. "It is not worth much," she said, "but I know you will use it well." Tony smiled brightly. He opened the book and began to read right away. It became his most important thing. He read it every night until he knew every word by heart. Tony did not have a computer or the internet. He did not have a tutor or a language school, but he had one thing many people forget: strong willpower. He knew that if he wanted to change his life, he must start with himself. He must wake up earlier, study harder, work more, and never allow himself to quit. Every day in the village was the same: school, farming, studying. But Tony believed these simple days were building a great future. He believed that one day, all his hard work would matter. He did not know when or how, but he knew why he was doing it. Tony wanted a better life for his family, his sister, and himself. And so, the village boy continued his journey, quiet, slow, but with a heart full of strong purpose. Chapter 2. The First Fall, a Big Failure. Tony worked and studied harder than ever before. Every morning, he woke up before sunrise to help his father in the field. Then he rushed to school. He always sat in the first seat, listening carefully and studying alone after school. He felt good about his progress. His writing was neater, his grammar was better, and he understood more English. Deep down, he thought, maybe I can really become a teacher. At the end of the school year, there was a big English exam. This exam was very important for his future. If Tony passed, he would get a scholarship to a better school in the town. That school had computers, good English teachers, and a large library. It was his dream. Tony studied more than ever, staying up late, speaking aloud, and writing small essays. His mother said, "We believe in you, Tony." His father smiled with silent hope. Finally, the exam day came. Tony wore his best clothes and walked to school with an anxious heart. In the classroom, he tried to stay calm. He read every question and did his very best. Some parts were easy, but others were much harder than he thought. When the exam finished, Tony felt pro. He believed he did very well. He walked home with a smile, already thinking about what the new town school would be like. He imagined himself in big classrooms, speaking confident English, and later returning home as a teacher. But 1 week later, everything changed. The exam results were posted on the school wall. Students gathered around, pointing and shouting. Tony pushed through the crowd to find his name. He looked once, then twice. His name was not on the list. He had failed. His heart sank. For a moment, he could not believe this harsh truth. He checked again, hoping he missed it. But the truth was clear and painful. He did not pass. The scholarship was gone. The dream school was not possible now. Everything he worked for felt lost in one single moment. Tony walked slowly home, carrying a great sadness in his heart. His mother saw his face and knew immediately. His father did not speak, but the sorrow in the small house was very heavy. That night, Tony did not open his book. He just lay down, looking at the ceiling, losing all his motivation. Maybe I am not smart enough, he thought. Maybe the others were right. Maybe I was dreaming too big. The next morning, he did not want to go to school. He felt ashamed of himself. But when he saw his little sister getting ready, tying her books with a simple rope, something changed inside him. She asked, "Brother Tony, will you still help me with my homework today?" Her eyes showed full trust. In that moment, he understood. His dream was not only for himself. It was for his family. Failure only means you must try again, not stop. That night, he took his book again. He lit the candle and started studying, strong against his sadness. He did not know when the next chance would come, but he promised himself one thing: he would never give up. The failure hurt him, but it also woke him up. It showed him how much this dream meant to him. From that day, Tony's heart grew even stronger. He doubled his effort. He told himself, I failed once, that is true. But I will get up. I will try harder. I will not stop until I win. Chapter 3. Working twice as hard, stronger than everyone. The pain of failure made Tony suffer, but he used it as energy. He promised himself, I will work harder than anyone else. I will give everything I have. Tony's day always started before sunrise, when the village was asleep. He was in the field with his father. They walked in the early mist, their feet wet with dew, carrying tools and buckets of water. Tony helped plant seeds, carry water, and pull weeds. The work was difficult, but he did not complain. He knew his father did this hard work every day, just to feed the family. Tony wanted to be strong like him. After farming, Tony quickly washed, changed clothes, and hurried to school. He had very little time to eat. The road was still muddy and rough, but he kept going, even when his old shoes got stuck. He had a goal in his heart. At school, Tony always sat in the first seat. He listened carefully to every word the teacher said, took notes, and asked questions. While some students laughed and passed notes, Tony never looked away from the board. He did not have expensive books or a smartphone, but he used everything he had: his mind, his ears, and his strong will. After school, when other friends played games, Tony immediately went home to help his mother. He carried water from the well, collected firewood, and helped prepare dinner. His little sister followed him everywhere. He always found time to teach her a few English words, like a real teacher. At night, when the house was quiet, Tony studied. When the power went out, he lit a candle and kept learning. He read slowly and carefully. He wrote new words in his notebook, which was covered in plastic to protect it from the rain. He repeated difficult sentences many times until he understood them well. He studied English, math, and science, but English was special. It felt like a key that could open the door to a world he only imagined. Sometimes he was tired and wanted to sleep, but he pushed himself to stay awake. Weekends were not for rest. He helped his mother sell vegetables and visited the temple to borrow old books. When he did not understand something, he asked his teachers or older students. He was not shy anymore. People started to see his change. His teachers said, "Tony, you are getting much better." Chapter 5. Finding a Guide, Meeting Miss Theory. One late afternoon, after class, Tony stayed to clean the classroom. The new English teacher, Miss Theory, came in with a kind smile. She saw his open notebook, full of grammar notes and vocabulary. She said, "You learned a lot by yourself. That shows real discipline." Then she asked a simple question that changed Tony's life. "Would you like me to help you after school?" Tony's eyes were wide. "Really? You have time?" Miss Theory nodded. "If you want to work, I want to help you." From that day, Tony stayed after school 3 times a week. Miss Theory corrected his speaking and taught him to read stories loudly. She often said, "Success is not luck. It is being ready when the chance comes." She told him about her own past. Growing up in a poor village and working hard to get a scholarship. "Never forget where you come from," she said, "but don't let it decide where you will go." Tony felt new hope. He realized that one good person could make a big difference. One day, she gave him a paper, an advertisement for a youth English camp in the nearby town. Tony said nervously, "I have never been to a camp, and my English is still not very good." Miss Theory smiled. "That is why you must go. You don't need to be perfect. You only need to be brave." To pay for the bus, His mother sold some stored vegetables. His father gave him his old bag. "Go and learn," they said. The camp was a new world. Tony made mistakes, but nobody laughed. Other students even clapped for him. He made friends and got new dreams. Chapter 6: The Second Chance to Prove Himself. There was a regional English speech contest soon. Tony decided to talk about his dream, how a poor village boy hopes for a better life. He practiced in front of the mirror and with Miss Theory, ignoring the doubts of his classmates. When it was his turn, he walked onto the big stage. He did not speak perfect English, but he spoke with his whole heart and honesty. Tony did not win the first prize, but he won something more important: the most inspiring speech award. He proved his courage, his truth, and his hard work. He told himself, "I have won the second chance to believe in me."